come out there early, so you know, definitely next year I'll be, you know, I'm looking to clear up domestically, and you know, getting some titles under my belt, and going from there. So looking very forward until February 1st.
Yeah, what a fight for you, Carson Jones. Huge step up for you. I've seen this guy come over, have 2 great fights with Kell Brook. We saw him beat Ben Hall, who was at his time a prospect, English champion as well, similar to you in the light middleweight division. But I know a fight that you're very excited about, and it's going to be a very tough fight for you on February 3rd.
Yeah, it's exactly the fight I need to show everyone how good I am and show that I'm ready to push on from being just a prospect, being a household name. And I'm ready, and on February 3rd everyone will see how good I am with someone coming to fight me. A lot of these fights I'm trying to pick the good opponents to make a fight for me, but I'm making easy work of a lot of opponents. So now hopefully Carson Jones give me a test and bring out the best of me, because in the gym I'm coming on leaps and bounds, and I'm getting a full chance to show it on Fight Night. So now hopefully I have a big fight with Carson Jones and show everyone what level I am and how far I want to push on in 2018.
You get that chance against Carson Jones every time, brings great value to the UK. JB, Joshua Guazzi, good breakfast just then, talking about the future. Was due to fight in December on a hay card, just resting up the hand a little as well, but all good, ready to go February the 3rd for a very busy year. And we were just talking then about the British light heavyweight scene. He's in fantastic shape at the moment, and a great opportunity for you to move in positions for those fights.
Absolutely. I feel that light heavy division has gone from 0 to up there. A lot of good fighters in my division, and for me, talk is cheap, but what I'll say is that they're all good, but I know I'm good as well. If I were to box them tomorrow, I'll take the fights with them. That's the thing. It's boxing, it's a fight. I get in there and I do what I have to do, but like I said, talk is cheap, so when these fights happen, I can be judged based on that. But the hand is good, I'm ready to go February the 3rd. I don't know who the guy is yet, but like, you know, I step in there and the bell goes and it happens. So February the 3rd, I'll see you all there. I'm ready to go.
You see a lot of these young guys stepping up quite quickly now. Lawrence, Isaac, Josh Kelly as well. And really, if you look at those names, Buglioni, Burton, Yardy, Jake Ball, Richards, all these guys, a couple more fights, 4 or 5 fights, get yourself in a position by the end of the year to start looking at English and British titles.
I have to get a move on. However, doing things at the right time is very important. But like you said, people are moving on. Everyone will take a different path to where they need to get to, and I'll take my path as well. But these fights I want, they have to happen. We're all in the mix. I have to get past national level. So for me, if I don't, then it's an epic fail on my behalf and no one else's. So it has to be done.
Reece, that was one of the great nights at your call when you beat Jason Cunningham for the Commonwealth title. Huge support. You were behind in the fight, and you told me it was all part of the plan. And that was just a finish from the absolute heavens for Jason, to beat Jason Cunningham. We know how hard you punch. Horrible style for you to face and overcome, but really a big night for you that was.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the nights that I prayed for as a boxer, and like we knew that Jason Cunningham was going to be all good going into the fight. We planned for it. Obviously, Jim trains me accordingly for that, and we was more than ready for that step up that we had. And we always knew it was going to happen in the end. It was just a moment of getting to him, and I got to him sooner than I thought. To be honest, I thought he was going to be a little bit later on, but yeah, like I say, you know, we planned for it and it worked perfect.
Ben Jones called out this fight and got the fight. Big support for him as well. A much better style for you. Stylistically, it should be a cracker.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, he's running his mouth on Twitter and stuff. I'm not about that, so I don't really reply to it. But obviously, I messaged you and said that he's been running his mouth on Twitter. I want to fight him, but that's my way of doing it. And yeah, like you say, it's a perfect style of both in a gel. It'd be a great fight for everyone on the night. And he also said that if I weren't a fake champion, I'd fight him because he believes he won and he got robbed on the night, and now he gets his chance to prove if what he's saying is right. Again,
another fantastic division. Talk about the domestic featherweight division, but they are the world-class fighters. Scott Quigg, Carl Frampton, Lee Selby, Josh Warrington. You feel like you're a couple of fights away now from challenging British, European titles and hopefully moving into the mix with those guys at the end of 2018?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, you've got to take every fight as a development fight. Obviously, I'm still relatively new to the game, and so I'm always learning. I'm in the gym every day with Jim, and he's trying different things out to suit me, and we're learning. So yeah, like you say, I've been up sparring with Frampton and Quiggs and stuff like that, all learning curves for me. And yeah, hopefully, obviously every step I'm going to start fighting for bigger and better titles next year.
Look forward to that. Reece Bellotti against Ben Jones, Commonwealth featherweight title. Before we speak to the coaches and the fighters as well, the main event of the Breen Anthony, AJ, what people don't know about you is that you love watching boxing as well, studying fighting. This was a fight you've talked to me about for a while. Is it going to get made? And when it did get made, you're excited about it. Not in the ring on February the 3rd at the O2, but a very, very keen spectator in a great domestic dust-up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a keen spectator. People are starting to understand how difficult fights are to be made now and again. So I take my hat off to both parties for making this fight happen, and yourself for putting on a great show as well with everyone on the table. I'm looking forward to it for sure. You know, British beef as they called it. You know, Isaac being the beef and Lawrence being the sauce. I'm looking forward to it for sure. And you know, I've had my dust-ups with other opponents in the past on the British level, and you know, I believe both of these guys can go on and be champions for sure, because everything's about timing, as Joshua said, and everyone has to move forward. But this fight does take the winner to a whole new level, and I think that's what speeds up their process to get to the next level, and that's what makes this fight interesting.
You've been through your own domestic rivals, of course. Talk about British beef, you and Dillian was just that. What will you be saying to Lawrence in the build-up to this fight? You've been there, you've experienced it. How important is it to keep your emotions in check, which you kind of did when you fought Dylan? It was a little bit leery, but again, to keep your emotions in check and try and stick to the game plan on February the 3rd.
You know, I can't tell Lawrence or anyone to do anything, because I think within themselves they know what they have to do already. As I said, he's got a great coach in his corner, and I speak to him. We just speak as men, so I'm not here to kind of tell him this is what you've got to do from my experience, because his path is completely different. But at the same time, from a spectator point of view, I want that emotion, I want that type of beef and so on, because it creates for an unbelievable fight. But at the same time, from a boxing purist point of view, you do have to leave that outside the ring. So it's a bit of a catch-22, and that's why I do know he has to leave the red mist outside the ring, because it's all about performance. And when you do get emotional, sometimes it affects your judgment. But he knows what he's doing, his coach knows what they're doing, and it's just about winning at the end of the day, whether it's a tough one or an easy one. At the end of the day, in the record books, all we see is the W, and that moves them on to great things in 2018.
Thank you very much. We're going to start with Brian. Brian, I've not really seen you turn down a fight ever for Lawrence. You've been very, very confident in his progression, and this is a big fight, very early, but one we know you're a very calm man, one you seem to be very calm about.
Yeah, it's a big fight, but we're fully confident in Lawrence's ability. We're in a privileged position really in this fight, in that we know who our opponent's going to be. All the other times we've had to go through like 40 or 50 different fights, and we don't know which one it's going to be out of 50, and even in the last one it changes. It's going to be a good fight. I've watched Isaac's fights, and all I can say is that he's got very good at one thing, absolutely very good at one thing, and that's getting on Lawrence's nerves. But my job on the night is to make sure that doesn't affect him. And once that doesn't affect him, you're going to see the best of Lawrence coming.
What this fight is for Lawrence, unquestionably, is a huge step up in terms of the level of opposition he's faced so far. What's the difference between these two men, and what makes Lawrence OKOLIE victorious on February the 3rd?
Every step along the way, Lawrence had to take big steps. From when I first met him, he had to take big steps, huge steps. So this is just another step. And that's how we're going to approach it. It's just another step.
Thank you. Ted Bammy, trainer, uncle, and unfortunately negotiator for me in this fight. Done a great job for Isaac, and I know it's been difficult for Isaac because he didn't care about the money, he just wanted the fight, but it's your job to look after him. A massive fight on February the 3rd for you guys, everybody involved. You've been there before, you've won titles as well with Matchroom, among it.
That's right.
And you're very confident of Isaac's chances going into this fight.
Yeah, first of all, praise God for this opportunity he's given us, and thank you Eddie, for the opportunity he's given to us. Yeah, Isaac, I won everything. I never won everything, but I was good with my time. And then I believe in always believe in Isaac. You know, Isaac has always been a strong kid. He's been watching him when he was a kid. And then I remember I told his mum that he should put him to boxing when he was 12 years old. You know, because he's a strong kid. You know, and I've been watching him from far. You know, and then I told his dad that when the time comes, and I'll let you know. And then this is the time coming now. You know, Lawrence is a good player. I've seen him now. He's a good sportsman. And then Australia, yeah, but hopefully Australia knows everything about Isaac. You know, and what I say to Isaac, in boxing, you know, you need to feel focused who's in front of you. You know, who's in front of you, you have to focus on them, but don't forget to look behind you. And then sometimes you have to look behind who's behind you. So what we know is that we left Lawrence behind us, and we need to take care of it. And this is going to happen February 3rd.
One thing that stood out when we were doing our negotiations for this fight, as I do with all fighters that I represent, is to show the people that look after them what happens if you win and what happens if you lose, because we have to have a plan under all circumstances. And I said to you, I remember saying to you, just to let you know that if things don't work out on February the 3rd, this is the plan that's in place. You said to me, don't worry about that plan, I'm not interested in that plan, that's not happening. You have 100% belief that you'll be victorious on February the 3rd. That's right,
that's right. You know, I know Isaac, you know, this fight, you only gave the fight on 3rd, but we've been prepared this fight since Lawrence turned pro. And I knew it's going to be alright with Isaac. I said, we have to be ready for this kid, you know, and this is it. Everything I said is always right, and then it happened now, you know, and then I believe that Isaac is going to jump the wall again.
Lawrence, start with you, Source. I think this might be the first time you've been at the top table. Normally I see you down here, and one of the first things you said today was, oh, top table, I should hope so. You're headliner at the O2 Arena on February the 3rd, live on Sky Sports and broadcast all around the world.
Yes.
Come too early? Ready for this? What's going to happen on February the 3rd?
First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank Andy Joshua for the management, Eddie Hearn, Sky Sports, for creating a lot of buzz and hype about this. I'm happy to be sitting on the top table, it feels good, and obviously I expect to win and continue to be on the top table. In terms of the occasion, it's all good, hype, cameras, his friends over there, my friends over there, south, east, whatever. None of that stuff matters, because when it comes to February 3rd and I'm putting on 10-ounce gloves, Isaac putting on 10-ounce gloves, and we make that walk to the ring, it's going to swallow him whole. As for me, I enjoy big occasions, I enjoy stepping up to the plate, and the second I'm going to do February 3rd, we'll jump through the ropes, look over at him, the rest going to speak to me, the rest going to speak to him, and then we're going to get to do battle. And we're going to see if all the talk, the social media posts that he posts, if it's real. You know what I mean? I took one of them, personally, there was a catch-up one that he posted where it was me with a catch-up face and it was talk. And that is during negotiation times when no fight's been signed. So that's just talk, talk, talk. Since the fight's been signed, he's quieting down because the reality of it is all hitting him and hitting his team, and they know that they're in serious, serious trouble come February 3rd. But, you know what I mean? Talk is cheap, as we said, but I'm going to do some damage.
Listen, at the end of the day, who started all of this?
You started all of this. Your coach, Ted Bammy, in this very room, maybe a minute and a half ago, said, from when Lawrence OKOLIE turned professional, we've been looking at him.
Of course we have. You started on social media.
So that tells me.
You started on social media.
Listen, that's what you said. That's what you just said. So that tells me, in your gym, you guys are all hitting the bicycle. Yeah, Lawrence OKOLIE, it's coming, it's coming.
You're not that important.
That's what I'm that important. In my gym, well, your coach just said it. In my gym, I'm chilling, focusing on myself. Okay, I'm rushing to my first fight. Let's progress. Your gym, it's Lawrence OKOLIE. When's the fight gonna happen? It's a big fight. Oh my days, bro. Post. Get on my nerves, and here we are. The fight is here earlier than you wanted, because I remember at the York Hall when we met, maybe in November, we're talking, and your coach Ted Bammy is there doing this. Yeah, keep hyping it up. What kind of a coach who's training a fighter to fight is interested in hype over performance?
That's why I know why, because it means you get extra money in the
That's it. So you're money motivated, I'm ambition motivated. That's the difference. That's what we'll show.
My uncle deals with negotiations.
That's what we'll show. What we'll show is you guys see me as a big money fighter. I see you as a good fighter, a good step up on my journey. And listen, you're going to train hard. I'm going to train hard. You're going to, maybe, it depends. put up a good fight, and then we're going to see what happens.
Listen, you think you're too good for your big
No, no, you think you're too good for your big. But you have never,
you have never in
your life shown anything good. I've never, listen, put it this way, I'm better than you in every single way. In terms of, put it this way, show one time, because everyone keeps talking about power versus skill. What time have you in your pro or even amateur career have you outclassed somebody? I've never seen one time. The time everyone talks about, we big you up, your shoulder came out and you rallied through and straight through with Wadi Camacho, who'd never been past Southern Area level. You went toe to toe with Russell Henshaw, who then showed himself to be just another journey.
I'm still not the same person. Yeah, I'm not the same person.
You just went 6 rounds of Aussie Job yet. After you said I sparred with them.
Styles make fights.
I did that. Listen, I've had so much good training. I've had so much good training. I've sparred Uzek, I sparred Mike Perez, and then you go and put on a 6-round performance like that against Aussie Job, and you have some guts to tell me.
I don't have the same style as you. You go in quite different. What's this going to make this fight different for you?
He's just gonna see. He's just gonna see levels. He's just gonna see levels.
You've never seen that any levels.
They're gonna see, bro. See them demons you had when someone put you on your ass and knock you out cold.
Listen, look at this.
You're gonna get them demons.
Look at this side of the table.
You're gonna get them demons.
Olympian. Don't you dare talk about pedigree.
You only came out to show face.
And boxed at English level. Don't you ever?
You only went to the Olympics just to show face.
Listen, you don't know what that is.
Like, you only came just to make up numbers.
Can you see Chris Congo there? He was on the GB team. He wanted to get to the Olympics. So now you're mugging him too.
Let me bring something else up.
See what it is.
Richard over there.
See what it is.
Yeah, see Richard over there. You were saying, oh, you wanted to fight him. How come 2 days after you pulled out?
Show me one place where I said I wanted to fight him.
Listen, Ted can bring the mobile, the text right now, saying, listen, don't lie, bro. Don't lie.
Told me about you and your coach. And Richard is someone who actually I respect as a person.
Yeah,
so
you don't respect him enough to fight him, though.
Let me go one step further. Look at your coach there, smiling. Look at it and figure this out. Richard trains in your gym, yeah? And he's ready to give Richard the big money fight before you.
It wasn't even a big money fight.
It's either he wanted me to beat Richard, who once again, shout out to Richard, he either wanted me to beat Richard to big up the fight with you, or he expects Richard to beat me, which means he's protecting you.
He will make you a code.
Even when you look at it, you're fighting me very third and you're going to get smoked.
Yeah? Okay. I'm going to punish you, brother. I'm going to punish you. Look at you, talk too much.
Because they're sacrificing their Christmas and New Year's ahead of everyone. I commend everyone on this table. But let me ask you, Isaac, prediction. Give me a prediction.
Listen, I'm gonna bust this shark head.
Any rounds?
Right. I don't. We have to see from the first 1 to 3 rounds. Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
After the first 1 to 3 rounds, hey, bro.
You want to see where he's at after 1 to 3 rounds, warm up into the fight, and then take it.
And then take it. Bro, we'll see. We'll see. I'm telling you right now, we'll see. He thinks he's underestimating just because I don't talk too much. But you're the one on Twitter. Shut up. You're the one on Twitter that talks so much. It's gonna be a great fight. Isaac this, Isaac that. Go through my Twitter and yours, and you see who's talking the most. You're talking too much about me. Shut up and do your work, and I'll see you February the 3rd.
OKOLIE, what's your prediction?
The prediction is simple. This goes to who Isaac is as a person, which is going to show in a fight. Is that he's the type of person who needs 100 people around him clapping, telling him, Isaac, you're the best, you can do it.
Okay, Penny.
He needs to speak. He needs to speak to psychiatrists. He needs to speak to psychiatrists, hypnosis. These are real facts. This is who you are as a person to tell you you can do it. You can do it, Isaac. I don't need that. So what's going to happen in the gathering? It's going to be you and me. All your game plans. I'm so slick. I'm going to take him into late rounds. You're going to feel shot 1. Okay. Shot 2. And then it's going to start dawning on you. Oh my God. There's levels, this actually hurts. And then, everything that you think about later rounds, you might not even see the later rounds. Because the reality is, you're a human being. And you're a human being. And for you to think somehow, like if I hit you, you're going to be able to rally through and this and that because your shoulder came out. There's a difference between a broken shoulder and a broken jaw, and you're going to find that out in the most vicious way.
You got to earn that shot, yeah? You got to earn that shot. We'll
see it in February. You got to earn that shot first.
Positive. This is going to be a great build-up, and I would like to say, although there is British beef, fair play to both these guys,
100%.
to the camps as well. At a time they might not have needed to, because they believe in themselves, because they want to provide the fans with great fights and great nights of boxing. This is going to be a great fight, a great night of boxing, February the 3rd. Thank you to everyone who's coming today, all these fighters.
Sending them back to McDonald's.
Thank you to everyone who's coming, fighters, the boss, I'm in my co-promoter, Anthony Joshua. We're going to pose for photos up here with the guys, head-to-head, and then available for one-on-ones as well. Thank you. We'll see you. Have a great Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you.